Okay, so we'll talk about switch statement in R. Okay, switch statement in R. Okay, so here what happens is we uh, we write switch, okay, and then we give expression, okay, and then you can end up creating multiple cases. Case one, okay, case two. So based on this expression that we give here, okay, so it's just like if else, okay, not all. Let me close my words. Okay, so like if else, not all conditions will be executed, right? It's going to check uh, the conditions in the order that we give, right? So first your first if will be checked, and if it is true, it will go inside the first if, okay, and it will perform the operation, and then it will not go and check the further conditions. So same logic applies here, but the way we implement is little different. Okay, so for example, I'll say here, okay, let me comment it out. So let's say I put okay, switch, and I give an expression. I give an expression. This is going to evaluate to something. The expression, what does the expression mean? That you're evaluating it to something. Okay. So let's say I gave 5 plus 3. Okay. I give 5 plus 3. Now your expression is 5 plus 3. And now I can give case 1. Okay. So, okay. So instead of doing 5 plus 3, let me give 1 plus 2. Okay. Just to make it sure. Okay, and I'll say first, and then I say second, I say third. Okay, and let's say I say fourth, and let's say I say fifth as well. Okay, so this is the expression, and these are the cases. Okay, and I've closed it. Now I'll put let's say a equal to, right? Now I'm going to print a. Okay, it printed third because this expression evaluated to 3 and it's going to check 1 2 3 in R, right? So that's what we got here. Okay, now let's say I mark this as this is third value we are interested in, right? And since we are writing a bigger this thing, I can even put it in a different order, right? So I'm going to say first, second, this is our third line, this is our fourth line. See, if you were if that was too small thing, right, you could do in one line, right? But when it is big, it's better to put it different line. Okay, so logically I'm just putting it in different line, but I'm not changing the any logic in it, right? Here you can say let's say I give 100. Second, here I give 500, let's say. Okay, now when I run it, okay, because it is returning 3, it's going to the third line. Okay, and third line can be anything. Okay, you can do an expression, you can write another expression here, you can for calculate grade or whatever, right? So this is simple one, not used much, of course, but if you have something simple to do, you can, this is the function that we have in R, and you can do it. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to talk about next topic, which is called loops. Loop is a way to repeat same statement more than once. you're going to repeat same statement more than once. So if I want to print hello 10 times, I can do that. Okay. So there are three ways to implement loops in R. One is called repeat loop. Okay. Second is called while loop, and third is called for loop. Okay. So the difference I'll tell you between these. Repeat, okay, means you keep repeating. Okay, you keep repeating infinite times. So when I say repeat, so you keep on repeating. Okay, but you have to it has to break sometime, right? Otherwise, it'll go on forever, ever, right? So we actually give a a break statement. Okay, so break is a keyword which can stop any for loop to occur. So even let's say if I want for loop to occur infinite number of times, I have to give for loop. Okay, but okay, if I want to even run a for for in a loop 100 times, even then you can stop it before 100 times by using break. Okay, so simple repeat means do it infinite number of times. I'm going to give an example here. So let's say I say here repeat, and repeat will have a curly braces indicating that these are the statement I'm going to give in the repeat. And here I say print hello. Okay, and I run it here. See what happened? Repeat will repeat, right? And I'm not saying when to break, so it will go on forever. Okay, it'll go on forever, right? You see that? Anybody like any questions so far on this?
No.
Okay, so many times, okay, okay, you may not know how many times loop to repeat, right? So in such case, what we do is we say repeat. Okay, but repeat is not complete or not useful without knowing how to break it, right? We need to break it some way. So what we do is we put a condition here inside the loop. We put a condition inside the loop. Okay, so this is called as exit control loop. Like I'll tell you what exit control loop means. Okay, so I need to, so when I say repeat, it started doing the work. Okay, it did not ask me any question. Okay, but when you started doing the work, then you have to tell, okay, stop loop now, don't do it any further, right? So how do we do that? We have something called as break. Okay, so what we are saying that repeat will not ask you any question before repeating. You say repeat and you start repeating it. Okay, it is our job as a programmer to stop it, right? So how do we stop it? So we'll have to have some condition. Okay, so let's say I go here and I define, let's say I want to repeat it 10 times. Okay, okay, and you can have any kind of condition. Okay, for now I'm just saying that I want to repeat it say 10 times. So I go here and I say counter equal to 1. Okay, okay, before the loop. Okay, I'm doing before the loop. Otherwise, if I do it inside the loop, the value will keep on, it will, it will keep on resetting it to 1. So, right, that's why I gave it outside. And I go here and I say counter equal to, okay, counter plus 1, right? So counter is 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. Okay, okay. But how is going to help us to end it? I'm going to put a condition. Condition is if counter, okay, is equal to 10. If counter equal to 10, then you say break. I told you break is a command which will stop the for loop from any loop for that matter. Okay, repeat, while, and for. We're going to talk about 3 types of loops. So it's going to stop any loop. Okay, so here this is going to stop our loop from going on any further. So I'll select this and I'm going to say run. Oops. Okay, so what mistakes do we have made here? No loop for break, next jump into top level. What was that? Okay, so this one I do not put the bracket. I think that's why it will say that. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and put this bracket here. Yep. So see, it worked, right? So if you count hello, it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 9 or 10? Count and tell me. It is 9. Okay. Why it is 9?
Because it is taking from 1. It's not taking from 0.
So okay. So to print the value, I'll say cat. Okay, and I'll print counter as well. Okay, counter comma hello. Okay, so yeah. Okay, cat will not print the new line. Okay, that's another thing. Print will have a new line. Okay, slash n used to print in the next line. Okay, so when you give slash n, it prints the next line. So when you say print, print will add a slash and new line, but cat will not add a new line. So what happened? It printed in the same line: 1 hello, 2 hello, 3 hello, 9 hello, so on. Now when I run it, you see it has printed in different line. Okay, so slash n is a command, is a special function which will print the output in different line. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Why does it stop at 9? Starts with 1, but why do you think it stops at 9? Not
Because the condition if counter equals to 10, so when it is coming the 10, it's true, so it's breaking on that.
correct. So 10. So I'm printing before check, right?
Uh, yes, because the thing is that when it is 1 equals to 10, it's false, so it is not going back again. So till 9 it is going back again, but when it is come on 10, so 10 equals to 10, so that condition is coming true.
Right.
So till 9 it is printing, but when it is 10 it is going break. So
Right. So see what happens. So when it is 1, counter is 1, prints hello and says counter equal to counter plus 1. Counter becomes 2. Counter is not 10, so it goes up, right? So 1, then 2, so on. So let's say when counter becomes 8 here. The counter is 8, it goes up. Okay, prints 8 comma hello, it comes here. Now counter is 9. See, it printed 8, but counter moved to 9. Counter not equal to 10, right? So it goes, okay, up, counter 9, so 9 hello is printed. After printing 9 hello, counter becomes 10, right? So we are checking the condition before print, after, okay, before printing the new value. New value became 10, but we did not give chance to the new value to show itself, isn't it? Basically, right? So what we need to do is we have to go, let's say, one step ahead. So we'll say up to 11 because we are checking the condition after printing. So I'm going to say 11. Okay. Now when you run it, you got 10. Did you get it, Keshav and Gauri?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So great. Okay. So this is called a repeat. Okay. In repeat, okay, it's called exit controlled because before repeating, it is not asking you any question. It is not asking you any question. You are able to you are able to execute the loop without any problem. No questions asked. You say repeat and it started repeating. No questions asked. Okay, but okay, it will start repeating, but it will not stop by itself. You have to give something. Okay, you have to tell when to stop. Okay, so that's why it is called as exit controlled. Okay, entry is not controlled, and entry is free entry. You say repeat and it goes there. But when you want to break it, you have to say when to stop it. So repeat is exit controlled loop. Okay, now we'll talk about while. Okay, so while, okay, so repeat is repeat and bracket open. While bracket open, but before you put anything in bracket, you have to put the condition. Okay, it's called entry controlled. While is entry controlled, okay, loop, because it will check for the condition at the entry of the loop itself. Okay, and if if it, of course, if it doesn't meet the the condition, then it will not go in. Okay, so let's say I put uh, a variable called choice before while, say ch equal to, I say yes. Okay, capital Y. While ch is equal to y. Okay, condition is true, it will go in. Condition is false, it will not go in. On true condition. Okay, so while look for condition. Condition means we discussed earlier, like similar to if condition. Okay, in if the condition has to evaluate to whether true or false. Same thing in while loop, the condition has to evaluate to whether true or false. True means go in, false means don't go in. Did you get it? True means go in, false means don't go in. So if it is false, it will not go in. If it is false, it will not go into the condition. So here ch equal to y, condition is true. Okay, so I say print hello. Okay, so see what happens. Condition. Okay, so first what I'll do is I'll make ch as n. So when I say ch as n and I'm checking is n equal to y, no, it is not equal to y. Now when I run it, okay, it prints 10 here, and then there's nothing that this statement gives. Okay, so there is no output from this while. Now I'll make it y. Okay, so when I put y and when I run it, okay, so see it went inside while. Repeat, no condition required, but here it went. Just give me a second. Okay, so what did we do? We said ch equal to y. So ch is now equal to y. Condition is true. It went in. So yes, we are controlling the input entry, but still it has to have some condition to end it, right? So here what I can do is, here I can okay, let's for now let's do this. Let's say ch equal to n, right? And we will see how to use user input and do it. So let's say ch equal to n. Okay, okay, that's it. So what happens when I run it? How many times do you think the hello will be printed?
Unlimited time, maybe.
Unlimited time?
Yes, because there is a no break statement.
There is no break statement. Okay. Any other suggestion you have? So see here. Okay. Yes, there is no break, but see, while ch equal to y is the condition, it goes in and it prints hello. Okay. So one hello, we got it. Now ch is n. It goes back. So every time you go back, the loop is checked. Okay. So this time, second time, the value of ch is n. So how many times are going to print?
Okay, one.
Just once. Exactly. Okay. Just once. Okay. Because it's not that once you get in, you are in. Okay. It constantly checks the entry condition. So somehow you
One
have to
doubt.
make, yes,
So like ch equals to n, so it is changes to n,
correct.
and it will go to again ch equals to
26.
y, or it will go to
26.
okay 20 20. Okay.
Right? So same thing here happens. See, when we said counter equal to 11, it goes back and goes to repeat and say cat, and then counter is checked. Since repeat does not have any condition, there's no check here. It goes in. So entry is free. Okay. Only exit is what you're controlling. Here, entry. So when ch equal to it goes up and condition is now false. Okay.
Okay.
It goes back to 26. Line number 26. Right? So this is how you end up, okay, checking the condition, and if condition is false, it will stop. Okay. Okay. So now what we'll talk about is how do you read input from the user? What we have been doing so far is directly assigning the value. We said a equal to 5, b equal to 6. I said ch equal to y, right? But the programs are not like that, right? Programs user will give the input, right? User will decide what input to give. So how do you get the user from the input? We have two ways. Okay, we have something. We have read line and scan method. So let's talk about it here. Before we do for loop, let's do it because I want to use that here in while. So to read input from a user, is it an user, a user, whatever. Okay. So to read input from a user, okay, we have option called as read line and scan. These are two functions using which you can read input from user. Okay. So let's say I want to read input from user. So I say var1 equal to read line. Now, when I do var equal to read line, okay, var will get the value from the user. But how does var know which type of value you are entering? Are you entering a vector or integer or float? Okay, you don't know. Okay, it won't, you will not come to know. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll print the value as well as class, right? So let's say I go here, and how do we print the data type? How do we print the data? How do we know that what's the data type?
Class.
Class,
C.
exactly, right? So I say class of var1. Okay, now when you run, see, you see this angular bracket right here. Angular bracket is called R prompt. It means, R has successfully installed and is waiting for your instruction. Okay, so I go and run this source. It has printed hello and it stopped here. You don't see that angular bracket here. We don't see the angular bracket here because it is waiting for us to enter a value. Okay, read line waits for you to enter a value, and let's say I enter 500 and I hit enter. So see, value is 500 and the data type is character. Okay, so because R cannot predict what you want to enter. How will R know whether you want to input a vector or list or matrices, or even, let's say, character or integer or numeric or logical? There is no way R will come to know about it, right? So what it does is R takes a safe approach. It says whatever you enter, I will take as a string. Whatever you enter, I will take as a string, because everything can be converted to string. 500 can be a string, isn't it? So everything can be converted to into string. Not everything can be an integer or float. Not float here, right? You have integer or numeric here. So not everything can be numeric, right? If I enter hello, it cannot be anything else other than character. But if I enter 500, it can easily fit into character. So R says, okay, let me by default assume that you're entering character. And now if you want it to be an integer, you convert it into integer later. So how do you convert into integer? There's an option called here, okay, as dot integer. Okay, if you want to convert into character, you say as dot character. If you want to convert into numeric, you say as dot numeric. So I'm going to say var1 equal to as dot. Okay, so you see these are options. You want to convert into array, array default, call, character, character condition, date, etc., etc. Right? Complex, see, complex. Okay. For now, let's convert into numeric. Okay, as we go in advanced topics, we'll see other conversion as well. For now, we'll be using mostly numeric and character and boolean. So we don't have to convert to character because by default this is character only. So var1 equal to as dot numeric of var1. It means, okay, convert var1, convert the data type of var1 into numeric. Convert the data type of var1 into numeric. So now your var1 is numeric. Okay, so if you want to check it, what we'll do, we will see control C and we will now run it. So you see, okay. Okay, it is waiting for us to enter a value. I say 900. Okay, so 900 is, see, character. Now it became numeric because we converted into numeric. Any questions so far? Did you understand? Do you now know how to convert into numeric?
Yeah.
Or so by default it will
Yes.
be read as, by default it will be read as
String.
character. Okay, string is not a word in R. It was in Python and Java, but in R we call it as character. Okay, so it will be read as character, and you can convert into any other data type using as dot integer, sorry, numeric, as dot integer, of course, as dot boolean, complex, not boolean, logical. Okay, as dot logical, as dot complex, you can convert. Okay, we'll see them step by step. Okay, first let's understand this. Okay, now one more problem here is, okay, so we are saying read line, fine, good, but as a user, how will you know that? Okay, let's say if I have written the program, I know that I need to enter a number, but the user doesn't know, will not know what to enter. If you ask if you just stand there and wait for the user to enter, okay, and let's say here we are using any, we are taking only one value, so it is easy to guess as well. But let's say if we have to take 4 or 5 values, right? Let's say name, age, phone number, email ID, 4 values I want. How will I know that first value is name or phone number or email ID or age? I may not know, right? So you can add a help text, also called as prompt. You can add a prompt, or you can add a character here. So what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll say enter a value, colon space. So now when I say run, see, it says enter a value. right? I enter 900. So 900 character number. So you can give a text also inside, not required. R doesn't need. Okay, R doesn't need. Okay, it is we need. Okay, that's what's called prompt. We need to see what needs to be entered. Should it be numeric or text? Okay, or date of birth or gender or age or phone number, email ID, may not know, right? So that's why we add a text in read line. So when you run it, it is asking you to read a value. Okay. Okay. We did this to do something here. Instead of saying ch equal to and directly, what I'll do, I will say ch equal to read line. Okay. Enter your choice, or I'll say something like this. Enter y to continue. Okay. So what I have done, ch equal to y, while ch equal to y continues, so it is y will continue, no doubt. Print hello, and now it's asking you a question. Enter y to continue. If I enter y, it will repeat. If I don't enter y, it should stop. Okay. So I go and I run it. You see, it says enter y to continue. If I enter small y, still okay, it did not continue, it broke because I am checking only for capital Y, not for small y, right? So if I enter small y is not equal to capital Y. So it did not go inside the while, it the loop broke, and then we came here, enter a value. Okay, now I'll run it again, and if I want to continue printing hello again, I'll say Y. You see, it printed Y, asking me to enter Y again. Y, Y. So this is good for designing menu choices. Okay, so when you are you want to enter a menu like list of menus. Okay, and you want it to menu to be continued till user wants it. Okay, so one way is to repeat, same thing. Okay, repeat can also be used, right? And the repeat you ask here in repeat, instead of doing counter and all, I can directly say uh, uh, you know ch equal to read line, enter 9 to break, let's say. Okay, enter 9 to break. Okay, so what I'll do here, I will convert ch into as dot into numerator, right? Because I'm checking for 9. Or you can directly say if ch equal to 9, because 9 will be read as a character. So I have to say ch equal to 9, right? And I'll say here if this, then break, right? So now if I run it, so it says enter a value. Okay, it's saying enter a value where? Here. Why it's saying here? Okay, because I think we have not finished it, right? I'll say 9. Okay, all done, right? So now if I say source, so see, it says y to continue. Wait. Am I missing something here? It is supposed to ask me this, right? Why is not asking me this? Okay, it's because, see, the mistake I made was I put this ch inside this if, right? So what is happening? This read line is not executed, right? I have put this read line inside this counter equal to 11. So if counter equal to 11 only, then this will be called, right? But I have a break before this. So if you put a break, anything that you write after break will never be called. When you put a break, okay, okay, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. I need to be back. Did you understand so far? Did you understand? So what we did was we put this statement after within this if. So if only if becomes true, this part will be called, isn't it? So what do we do that? We put this close here and we remove this bracket from here. Now I'll just say and 9. Okay. Now let's run this whole thing again. Okay. So enter 9 to break, right? If I want to stop, even before it becomes 11, I can do that if I enter 9. But if I enter anything else, I enter 8. So it'll continue. Hello 2, right? 7. Hello 3. 1. Hello 4. 5. Okay. And now I'll say 9. And see, it broke from here. Now it went to this hello, while part. A repeat is done, completed. Went to while. Okay, why to continue? So if I say why, it'll continue. Right? Why continue? Moment I say something else, it stops. It goes to now this part 37. Right? And if I say 5, it did it. Right? So so we have seen so far repeat, we have seen while, and we have seen how to read input from the user. Any question on these, guys?
No.
No question? So shall we continue for another 15-20 minutes, guys? Is it okay? We'll do for loop also, and then tomorrow we'll take some examples and we will perform the statements, right? We'll take some examples and we will, see the practical usage. Is it fine if I continue for another 5-10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll talk about the last topic of the day, which is called for loop. For loop is to again run multiple number of times. Whatever content that you give within the bracket will be run more than once. Okay. The difference between for loop versus other two that we have discussed so far is in both repeat and while, what we have done, we have given a condition, right? So what it means is if the condition is true, okay, for example, while, if condition is true, execute. Repeat, if condition is true, you break, right? So in repeat, if you see, if this condition becomes true, we are breaking. So this is one way to look at. If condition is true, we say break. Condition is true, we say break. So if condition is true, we break. Here, if you see, okay. So in a way, what we saw that in while, if the condition is true, we are getting inside, right? But for loop doesn't talk about any condition. Okay. For loop says use me only when you know how many times you need to run a certain number of lines of code. Okay. So in reality too, okay, let's say if I ask you direction, let's say I ask you where's your college. Okay. So there are 2-3 ways of directing me. One option is you'll tell me it is exactly say a mile from here. So when I know it's exactly 1 mile from here, what I'll do, I will not look left, right, and I'll just look at probably the speedometer of my vehicle and I'll keep going. When it is 1 mile, I'll stop and I'll see, right? That's an example of for loop, where you know exactly how many times you need to run the loop. Okay. So here you're saying that, it's exactly 1 mile from here. While loop is like saying, okay, keep walking in this direction till you see a red big building. Okay. So here you have not told me how many steps or how many miles I have to walk or I have to, drive. But you're telling me to keep looking out for a red building, right? That's the condition. Okay. That's the condition. So if I'll take a step and look left. Okay. You told me that it's from left side. Okay. So I'll take a step, look left. I didn't see red building. I'll take another step, look left, take another step, look left, take another step, look left, right? So I might find the building in maybe in 10 steps or maybe after 1,000 steps, right? So your while loop is like that, or your repeat is like that, okay? Where you are not sure how many times you need to go, okay? User can enter yes in first attempt also, or maybe in 100th attempt also. So you don't know how many times you have to run the loop. But for loop, you know, when you have clarity of how many times to run, you will go with for loop. Okay. Of course, you can implement. We have just seen, right, how to implement counting 1 to 10 using repeat. You can do that. Okay. These are just guidelines. Okay. So in technically, or if you speak in a in logical sense, that problem we should have done using for loop, because we knew that we need to print 1 to 10, right? If we don't know that we have to print 1 to 10, okay, you keep printing till user says yes. Okay, like for example, if I remove this part, okay, if I had just this part, then it's a repeat case. This part that we did, the counter equal to here, this is not good for while or repeat. Okay, why? Because you see, you have to declare a variable here, counter. You have to increase the value of counter and then perform this check. So you are doing two additional steps. Okay, so using for loop, we can avoid those two extra steps. Okay, in one line we'll be able to handle all of these. How? Okay, it's like this. For keyword, see, repeat always has repeat keyword and bracket open and close, while condition bracket open and close. For loop, again, expression. Okay, it's not a condition, it's an expression where you have to do three things: initialize the value of counter, increase the value of counter, and indicate what is the maximum value. So you can increase it by 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, so by default, when you don't mention, it will get increased by 2. You have to start, right, whether it should start from 0 or 1 or 5 or 10, and then till what number it should go. So I can say for counter, okay, it came as counter, let's say counter, okay, in, for counter in, okay, um okay okay, so let's do a simple vector. For counter, you can do even 2:3, right? Colon indicates values, okay, but instead of colon, I'm saying vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, bracket open and close. Now you tell me how many times this loop will run. Okay, this loop will run 7 times, and counter or counter will take value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Instead, I can make it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. If I make value as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, it is going to take, counter is going to take value 7. It's still going to run 7 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. These are the values that counter will take, but it is going to run only 7 times. Okay. So if I say here cat counter, comma, hello, and slash n. Okay, so there's a mistake here. What is the mistake? Because this has to be in a bracket. Python doesn't need bracket. Okay, so sometimes I miss that. But this has to be in bracket. Now when I run it, so see, okay, 9 to break. So I'll say 9. We want to break that. Y to break. Okay, Y to continue. So I'll give N so that it breaks. Value 9 is fine. Now you see here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Right? So for loop says you give me a variable and you give me the values that it has to take. Okay. So in for loop, we'll take those values and it will execute. Yes?
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No.
No? Awesome. So we have seen the three types of loop that we have in R. Okay, repeat, while, and for. Tomorrow we will spend some time doing at least 2-3 programs from each of these. At least two we'll do from each of these. We will, see in the class, and I'll give a couple of assignments again. And with that, we will finish our loop. So this is like first milestone. Okay, first milestone to do the basic. When you talk about basic of R programming, this is what you mean. Okay, one, to understand the data types. Okay, that we have done. To do if else conditions, if elif, not elif, else if else if else, then do the loops. Three things. Okay, so switch is also part of conditions only. So if else conditions and switch, and then loop. Okay, repeat, while, and for loop. So this is the first milestone. Okay, so tomorrow when you do it, we will reach our first milestone. After that, we'll start talking about functions. Okay, so we need to do functions, how to write our own functions. Then we will see how to manipulate character. Okay, then we will get into working of vectors. Okay, see, we have learned vectors, but we haven't done much work on vector. So after functions, we'll get into each of these data types. Okay, after these, we'll get into each of these data types. Okay, character, vectors, arrays, data frames. We'll do extensive exercise, and with that, we will finish our second milestone. Okay, so we'll stop here for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Any questions before we wrap up?
No.
No. Thank you.
Good. So have a good
You.
day. Yeah, and see you tomorrow. Take care.